Baruch 4:25, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thy enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. So before I continue with this lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother lawyer, and I teach you the Great Millstone Nashville Camp. Come back with a quick lesson, and this lesson will be entitled, We Shall Tread Upon His Neck, which is the Edomites, starting with the Edomites, but these other nations as well. But who's the main one that's persecuting us? Those are the Edomites. All right, those are the Edomites. They are persecuting us, which are the Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. All right, and that's the time that we're coming into, which is Jeremiah 30:7. You dumb niggas out there, you always talk about Jeremiah 30:7 because, bitch, that's a prophecy and it's coming to pass. All right, it's happening, and there's been other times in history that, Jacob, has came into some trouble, but this time is going to be like no other, and we're at the beginning stages of that, so of course, who are they detaining? Israelites, this brother that's being searched, and even if they do have other, even if they do have Israelites working with ICE, it doesn't matter, because they gonna get it too, for being a coon. They gonna get it. But anyway, the main focal point is that, damn, lost my train of thought. Salaki. Damn, lost my train of thought. But yeah, this is a time of no other that we're entering into. It's gonna be so bad, Michael's gonna have to stand up, which is Daniel 12:1. So let's go right into it. Jeremiah 30:7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The he represents the elect of the nation of Israel. You got the 1/3, that great multitude that's going to be delivered around from around the world, along with, also the 1/3 being here in, Babylon. So like, I gotta, all right. In verse 8, it says, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve thyself of him. So the Lord's gonna basically not have us in captivity no more. Of course, today we're not actually, physically, we don't have yokes of iron upon our neck. They're part of the curse is over with. Us actually, being brought over here. That's happened already. Not curse, but prophecy. That's happened already. And us being sold into different places around the world, that's happened. Now it's time for the redemption to happen. All right. And so today, the yoke of iron that you have is your social security card, your driver's license, your birth certificate, which is just a number. You are a number, like how they do with cattle. You're a number, or livestock. You're a number. So the Lord's gonna burst, his yoke from off our neck and the bonds. And it says 45 messages. Anyway, that's crazy. I don't know why I'm like, okay. Anyway, and so it says that day is great. So it's going to be a time of no wonder. And I quoted this, which is Daniel 12. And then we're going to go right back into that Baruch 4 and 25. Because I ain't trying to go off into another subject. So Daniel 12. If I can type. All right, so this is Daniel 12 in verse 1. It says, and at that time, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book. So the he that's going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble are the ones that's going to be found written in the book, which is the 144,000 men. Then you got the 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children. All right, they'll be saved. So it's going to be a time of no other, or like no other. All right. Now, right back into the Baruch 4 and 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come from you. Well, Salaki, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. So it's a wrath of the Most High that has all this going on, which this is saying that the Lord is sending Esau, because it says that the wicked is his, whipping stick, which that the Edomites are the wicked. But of course you got Israelites among them, and some of you niggas will get confused about that, but when I say niggas get confused about that, I know that it might be a sincere brother out there that, really don't understand that, but he's not bucking up against it. He asks questions, but he won't buck up against it. That's not toward you, bro. That's actually toward these niggas out there that have an issue with that. They think they being culture vultures, really they're actually Israelites. All right. So anyway, yeah, this wrath is of the Most High. So go to Revelations 12 and 12. Because ultimately you niggas still don't want to get right and worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and repent. Revelations 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. So this devil, a Christian read this and say that it's a spiritual entity, Satan. That don't make no fucking sense. Because also I believe Revelations 2 says the devil shall cast you into prison. Let me get it. Revelation 2, I think it's 10. Revelation 2. And let's see. Yep. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which is not actually 10 days. So Jake, you get locked up, don't be counting the days, because, I don't want to say you'll deceive yourself, but 10 is represents a complete amount of time that you'll serve. Okay. So, don't be sitting here, day 1, damn right, day 8, 2 more days, I'll be delivered. No, that ain't how this gonna go down, because you do that and you'll fuck around and lose your faith if you're not well rooted and understand that, is meaning a complete amount of time. Just like if it says 7 days completion, that's still a certain amount of time. That's it. So it says, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall come unto you. No, I'm sorry, Salaki. Behold, it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, because most of us are going to face death. You know, we're going to be what's they called it? We're going to be granted. I don't even want to say granted, but you know that's just our lot. All right, some are going to be beheaded. Revelation 20:4. You know, but now if you notice, it said, "Behold, the devil shall cast him into prison, right? That ye may be tried." So you're gonna be tested to prove if you really with, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, and the ultimate test is you passing on that MOTB, which is the chip. All right. Let's see. And so this wrath that the devil Esau Edom is coming down with is from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua upon the children of disobedience. Let me get that. I think it's in Ephesians. Obedience. I can spell disobedience. I think that's right. Yeah, I spelled it right. Damn. All right. Yeah, so Colossians 3. Who's the children of disobedience? You know, Israelites out there, you so-called Black Latinos, Native Americans, then the Israelite foreigners. You were given the law, even from thousands of years ago. You know, it's by blood. You know, you made a covenant. You know, and hey, you agreed to it. So even to this day, that agreement still stands. The Lord don't change. You niggas change. You know, we change. But the Lord, he don't change at all. So Colossians 3 and 6, it says, for which things, let me see. No, hold on, Salaki. I want to start up. Yep, start up. Let's see. Colossians 3 and Salaki. All right, Colossians 3 and let's see. Because really I need to start up above, because it talks about how let me see. Sufficient things above, for ye are dead, and your life is hid. Mashiach is in our, who is our life, shall appear, then ye shall also appear with him in glory. I'm gonna start at 5. It says, mortify therefore ye members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, right, and covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience, which are the Israelites, because we were once, you know, in that same lot. You know, we was doing all the other stuff, you know, being unclean, inordinate affection, being evil, and covetous. It says, in the which ye also walked some time when ye lived in them. So yeah, we walked, you know, down that same path of just sin and iniquity. No thoughts toward, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua or none of that. You know, just out there. No guidance. It says, and actually, I'm gonna stop right there, because, you know, this wrath is gonna come upon the children of disobedience. You Hebrew Israelites, whether you know it or not. Well, especially the ones that know better. So Baruch 4, all right, it says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High, for thy enemy have persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction. And so we're gonna see the destruction of these Edomites very soon. Salaki. Very, very soon we're gonna see the destruction. And let me get that. How does this scripture go? Let's see the fall of his enemies. Salaki. All right, so Sirach 25:7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart, to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies." And that's what we want to see. You know, we want to see the fall. And the fall is great. You know, seeing the process, how the Lord has, everything working. It's great because, us growing up here, especially the ones of us that's older, more so like 28, I want to say about 28 and up. Us growing up here, we seen I don't even want to say the majestic, but the how this place was ran at one point. People being more together, so to speak. Not together with the Israelites, of course. But peace at one point, and then now it's just like, damn, it's bad. But anyway, I don't want to go off into something else. It says, it's gonna be a fall. It's gonna be a hard fall. It ain't no healing Babylon. We would have healed her, but no, ain't no healing this place. So yeah, we're gonna see the fall of our enemies, and they got to drink of that cup, like I said in Lamentation. They got to drink of their punishment. Lamentation 4. And 21, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and make thyself naked, and everybody seeing, your shame. As of today, how you look at, because, who said it? Putin, he was talking about how, look at how CK was knocked off a few weeks ago. And I forgot how he worded it, but basically, damn, how's it go? I gotta find it now. Give me 1 second. I think I found it. Let's see. He said it. He calls it a deep split. That's what he calls it. It says Vladimir Putin links CK's killing to America's deep split. Because there's no one's together. They're against each other. How can a house stand if they, are against each other? But anyway, Lamentations 4 and land of Uz represents Babylon, which today Babylon is Babylon the Great is America. All right. It says 22, the punishment of thy iniquities accomplished, O daughter of Zion, right? Because our captivity is over with. He will no more carry thee away into captivity, because us being in America is the last captivity. Jacob is the end of the world. This is his end. Jacob's last damn, I was on the ball. Jake's last round of slavery is Esau's last bit of heaven. Because heaven, is a living condition. It's a living condition also too. It means the grave. All right, we're in the state of hell, and they're in their heaven. America is their heaven, but that's why they're losing it now, because their heaven is being taken away. They're losing the fatness of the earth. The riches, the materialistic bullshit, all that ain't working for them. All right, it says, O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin, and the sins have reached up into the heavens. So now They got to drink of that cup. And that's what's going to happen. All right. So let's see. Let's get Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14. Give me 1 second. Isaiah 14. Then everybody going to see the fall. Let's see. Isaiah 14 and verse 16. And this is the mindset of the people when they see these Edomites, when we ruling, this gonna be their mindset. This is what they're gonna be saying. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and say, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? By the way of what? Bombing them. That's how he shook kingdoms. They're gonna be saying this to the so-called white man, Esau Edom. It says that made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, and he's destroying the cities now. Warfare. That's his top. That's his top thing. Why? Because he was given the sword. That's his blessing. It says, that made that made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners. And that's what he's doing. He's actually doing that, within the justice system, and not. I ain't gonna say that, because we prisoners here. We are captains of war. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. And so that's the mindset of the people. Because they're gonna be amazed when this nigga fall. So Lord, well, this is an edifying lesson, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Shalom.